My name is Mitzi, aka the Loopy Scientist. Welcome to my channel. This week we are going to be doing a little vlog. I'm going to be taking you with me this week on the things that I do, my crochet, maybe some reading. We'll see what we get into this week. I am actually starting a pattern test today for my friend Shauna, aka the Squishy Witch, over on Instagram. She actually also has a YouTube, so I'll link both her Instagram and her YouTube down below. I'm starting a pattern test for her over from her Patreon. It's for this like really pudgy baby dragon that she's been working on, and I'm so excited to try it out. I've been waiting for this pattern test. We're going to start that today. I still need to choose the colors for what I want the dragon to look like. She did include on the Canva document about how much yarn I'm gonna need, so I need to look at that real quick just to double check what it is that I'm going to need. I'm thinking I'll probably be doing it in either Baby Bear or Posh. I am trying to use up that yarn since it will no longer be available soon, and while I can for things that only require one color, I'm basically just trying to use those. So I will probably be doing that, but I need to look to see how much yarn that I need first. I'm actually recording this video immediately after finishing my last video, so if you haven't seen my first video yet, please go check it out. This is only my second video, so you don't have a ton to catch up on, but it's the video where I made this little guy. Spoiler alert, by the way, I made him, but it was basically a little crochet, mystery crochet almost, crochet roulette. Where I basically let a wheel pick what pattern I was gonna do, and we got this platypus guy, and I think he's super cute. So I'm gonna put him off to the side, and we're gonna go ahead and choose the yarn colors that we need for this pattern test. So let's go do that. Oh, actually, so before we do the pattern test, I actually wanted to show y'all something. So I got some yarn. So everyone in my life knows that I crochet now, and one of my aunt's friends, when we were around each other pretty recently, I happened to mention to her that I crochet, so she actually brought me some yarn that she said I think it was her grandma gave to her. So we're gonna look through this bag now. I'm really excited. It even comes with a basket, like it came in the bag, and the bag has a basket inside of it, so I got a free basket with it. I'm super excited. So let's see what we've got. Alright, so we've got some, it looks like Christmassy yarn in here. This is like a red, it's probably Red Heart Super Saver if I would have to guess. And then there's this little green one, and it's got like metallic flecks in it. There's a couple of balls of white yarn in here, so I'm assuming they were working on some sort of Christmas project at some point, because there's something in here. But it also looks like, oh, nope, don't want to ruin that. So this is in here. It looks like there's potentially also red with the like little metallic in it as well. Oh, yep, there is. There's like a small ball of that in here, so that's exciting. That'll be fun for Christmas. There is a bag of buttons. That's fun. I love buttons. So we've got a bunch of different colors in here: yellow, orange, red, green, and blue, it looks like. So that's fun. Bug, you're back! Alright, hello again. In the last clip, I was showing all the yarn, and then my husband and my other dog came back from their walk, and we ended up feeding the dogs dinner and all of that stuff, and then taking our older dog on a car ride. So I haven't been back in like 2 hours, but I do want to finish this yarn showing all this yarn. So let's get back to it. In the last clip, I was showing you all the buttons, and then there's also, I'm assuming this is Red Heart Super Saver. Yeah. It says S Saver Black. It looks like a Walmart sticker, $2.88. And then a couple skeins of Super Saver in different colors as well. And then jumbo one, jumbo Super Saver in white. That's fun. And a little ball of Red Heart Super Saver in white. I actually asked them whenever they gave me the yarn, is it Red Heart Super Saver? I feel like it is since it's from your grandma, and I was right. I will put that with the rest of my random acrylic yarns. I have a bin, I think, behind me there. That is basically just acrylic yarns. There's like Big Twist Value and the Loops and Threads acrylic, whatever that one's called, Simply Soft, no, that's Karen. Soft Classic, whatever it's called, it's in there. So I'll put the Red Heart Super Saver in there as well. I do need to find stuff to do with that yarn as well. If y'all have any ideas, let me know. I'm already working on like 2 different blankets, so I can't do another blanket, but I'm happy to hear ideas for anything else that I can make with it, or it'll sit there and maybe I'll make another blanket next year. I don't know, but yeah, so there's that yarn. I will put that up and reorganize that and put that in the bins with the rest of the acrylic yarn. Thank you, Becky, for the yarn. I really appreciate it. I will cherish it, and hopefully I can find a good project for it, especially for that white. That's a really big skein, so hopefully I can find something good for it. Okay, so let's get started on this pattern test. So it looks like I need 3 colors. Color for the main body, a color for like the horns, and then a color for the wings. Okay, so I decided on the color for the main body. I have so many skeins of Big Twist Posh, no, not Big Twist Posh, Big Twist Baby Bear in lavender. So I really gotta make things with this. So I decided on this for the main body. I think it'll be a really cute little pudgy lavender dragon. And then I'm gonna use this for just a white of Baby Bear for the horns. And also I think I'm gonna use it for the little toe beans as well. I'm not fully decided on what I want to use for the wings. I think I'm going to do sage in Baby Bear. I think this would look cute with the lavender, give it a more, I don't know, I kind of like these 2 colors together. The other option is potentially maybe pink for the wings. I always love these 2 colors together though, and I feel like I use these 2 colors together all the time, so I don't know. The wings won't come till later, so I'll decide once the actual dragon is made up, but I think we're gonna go with lavender for the main body. So I will go ahead and get started on that. Pattern test. It's actually quite late, so I might not actually start this until tomorrow. The day kind of got away from me. So let me see, what time is it? It's almost 10 p.m. and it's past my bedtime. So I'm just gonna go to sleep, and then I will start this pattern test tomorrow, and we will get started on this. I just got the pattern today, and I have until I think May 2nd, May 3rd, something like that, to get it back to her. So we have plenty of time. I just wanted to at least choose the colors. So this is for sure, and then one of these two, potentially. Either this with this or this with this. I'll probably be done with it by the time this video comes out, so you'll know by the end of the video, I think. We'll see. If not, let me know which ones you think. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. See y'all tomorrow. I'm back. It is the next day. It's Monday night. I already had a full day of work, and I've had my dinner and a little snack afterwards, and I am ready to get started on this pattern test. I know that I said I was potentially going to start it yesterday, but got kind of late, so we are going to start this pattern test today. So let's go ahead and get started on that. How am I going to get started on this? I don't have a hook. Where's my hook? It's here. Okay. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook for this. I also need a stitch marker. Gotta keep track of those stitches. Okay. Stitch marker. Okay. Yeah, so I had a pretty good day today. Mondays are typically the day that we start, we have meetings with my boss. Basically, I'm a scientist, so the way that it works, at least in academic research, is there is a lead, what we call a principal investigator, and then I am a trainee. So I was a graduate student, but I have recently gotten my PhD, and so now I'm basically just working kind of as a scientist for now until the end of the semester. So on Mondays, we typically have our one-on-one meetings with the principal investigator, my PI, and so I had that today. And then it was also one of my lab mates' birthdays, one of the technicians in my lab. It was her birthday on Friday, but she was out of town. She went out of town for her birthday, and then our PI was also out of town. She was out of town for a conference, so we ended up just celebrating the birthday today. Yesterday, as part of my day, I actually made tiramisu for her birthday, and so we had that today for her little birthday celebration. And then we usually go get snacks that the person requests. So she wanted hot fries and these like jalapeno kettle chips, and so we went and grabbed those snacks, and then we had that birthday celebration. And then I spent the rest of the day, I'm basically helping another lab mate with one of her projects currently, so was getting stuff done for that as well. So Mondays are usually pretty kind of, we just have meetings and then just getting the week started. So that was my Monday, and now I am ready to crochet. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I just started this magic ring without even looking at the pattern. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty good Monday. I would call it an average Monday, not too bad. I did enjoy our little birthday celebration. It'll be the last one that I get to spend with this particular set of people, so that will be definitely interesting. I'm usually the one that handles good chunk of the birthdays for everyone. Like, I know everyone's birthdays, and usually I'm the one that's coordinating the birthday celebrations. So I have given, like, everyone else should know everyone else's birthday at this point. So once I am out of the lab, I am sure they will continue the birthday celebrations without me. And I used to bake a lot for the lab. The last few years I hadn't been because I'd been busy with my dissertation and my research and all of that stuff. But more recently, and by more recently I mean the past like 2 weeks, we've had a couple of birthdays, so I have been making the desserts for that. No, that's not true. I only made it for this one. what else did I make oh yeah, there was a birthday last month, and I made cupcakes for that birthday, and then the birthday this month I made tiramisu for her. It was my first time making tiramisu, so that was fun. And then next week is someone else's birthday. I have to ask what they want for their birthday. We'll see. And then actually the next Saturday is 2 other people's birthdays in the lab. We have a lot of birthdays kind of stacked together in the spring. So we'll see what they want. But I'm excited to get back into baking, and it'll be over before it gets too hot. I live in Texas and the summers are no joke. So baking kind of sucks in the summer, but luckily they'll be all over by May and it won't be too bad, hopefully at that point. Okay, let me move this down so you can actually see what I'm doing. But yeah, I hope that y'all have been having a good day. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this guy, my little pudgy dragon, and I will meet y'all back here once I have some updates for y'all. Alright, so this is what I got done tonight. I finished the snout and then the head. I don't know why I started with the head on the pattern that actually starts with the feet and then the body, but either way this is sewn on, so it's fine. But it's looking super cute. Here are the little stitches, the bobble stitches, the nostrils, and then I've got the head. There are multiple rounds of just, you know, extending the head a bit. So I'm about halfway done with those, and then I will continue those tomorrow and keep going with this pattern test. There's also a couple of WIPs that I want to work on this week, so we'll be working on those throughout the rest of the week. But I am done for the night. It is 9:30 and it's basically my bedtime. So I'm gonna go to sleep and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It is the next day. It is Tuesday. I have about, what time is it? I have about 20 minutes before I have to go to work. I'm going to keep working on this dragon head and work on that for as long as possible. I should be able to get through just the rows or the rounds that have it's basically just extending the head because it's just single crocheting around. So I'm going to work on that, get as far as possible as I can. I might be able to add eyes this morning and then I'll go to work. Let me know if y'all would be interested in seeing anything from work. I can't show a ton because there's some stuff that's like, you know, it has to be kept clean, so I can't really record using my phone. But there's certain stuff in the lab that's just basic lab stuff that I can show. that wouldn't be too big of a deal to record. So let me know if y'all would be interested in seeing some of that. I won't be in the lab much longer, but for the next 3 weeks I will be, so I'm happy to record a couple of things that I'm doing there. I'm kind of ramping things down right now, waiting on some feedback to come back on my paper. So eyes aren't in, kind of, they're sinker eyes, but I went with this like pink sinker eye. Let me go over here. Hello. Where am I? So it's a pink sinker eye. It's got some kind of goldish flecks in it. So I think with that color eye, I might actually do the pink wings, but we'll see. I think it looks good. I hope it looks good. These sinker eyes were really hard to get in between these stitches. So that's what he looks like with the eyes in. Why is this not straight? So that's about all I can get done this morning. So we will keep working on his little head after work. Good morning, y'all. I finished the head last night for the dragon. Here it is. It's closed off now. It's got these pretty, really pretty pink safety eyes. This is using Baby Bear, and then I used a 20mm safety eyes. I don't think I'm gonna have time to crochet this evening. We have some family stuff that we're doing tonight, so I am just going to, this morning, this is the morning before I go to work, so I'm just going to grab all the stuff that I'm gonna need for tonight for the car ride. I usually crochet some in the car, and I've been working on this like longer term project. It's basically like a replica, well, more inspired by the Parks and Rec blanket in Ann Bergen's house. If you have watched Parks and Rec, you would recognize the blanket. It's basically this like granny square blanket that she keeps on her couch. And so I'm kind of making a blanket inspired by that. I did change some of the colors a slight bit. I mean, they're still the same colors. It's just, it's a deeper green than the color that her blanket was, just because that's not really my vibe. Like that like limeish green color wasn't really my vibe. But I'm using like a darker green, and then the like yellowish color is more of a cream for mine. But I've been working on that, and it's a really big blanket, so I kind of just take some yarn for that wherever we go. So I usually have a bag that has that yarn in it, so I'm gonna grab that this morning and then just get that ready for tonight's car ride, and go ahead and take it with me to work. That way I just have it whenever we leave tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that, and then I'll show y'all what I'm taking with me. Okay, so for this blanket, I have most of my squares and some of the like the yarn that I'm currently working with in here. So I basically have, these are the ones that I've been working on. I think it's blue, pink, green, and then the like cream color on the outside. So I'm still missing the cream color on this, and then I'm like almost done with the green on this one. I don't know why I didn't just finish that row. This still needs green and cream. Then we've got this color, which is green, pink, red, blue. I need 10 of those, and I actually should have more of those in here. That's what I had been working on recently. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5 of those done, and then this one, and I need 10, so I still need to finish that one plus 4 more. Then I have 3 purple, blue, red, green, and I need, there's squares everywhere. What did I just say? Purple, blue, red, green. Purple, blue, red, green. I have 3 and I need 6. And then we've got blue, pink, green, blue, pink, green, cream. Okay, so that's the one. Those are these. So I basically have 4 finished ones plus 1 that's 3/4 of the way done, and then 1 that's halfway done. And I need blue, pink, green, pale yellow. I need 7 of those, but I have it written down that I have 6 of them already done, but that doesn't feel true. I might be missing some of these, but according to my basket, I only have 4 done, and then basically I need to finish up 2 more, and then there's 1 left for that. I kind of just, there's not really a system with how I work on them. I just kind of grab whatever yarn I feel like working with, whatever color combinations I feel like working with that day, and then just use those. But since I was working on these already, I think I have the yarn already in my bag, so I think this is what I'm gonna work on in the car. I usually don't get a ton done, so I might be able to just finish, maybe finish the square and start another one, but I'll grab that yarn and work on that. So let me put all of these back into my little works in progress bin. Oh, and I have 1 more that is basically just, it looks like McDonald's right now, but it's red, yellow, it's gonna be red, yellow, green, cream. And I have 2 halfway done, and then 1 of the reds done for that one. So let me grab, that's all attached. Looks like I was working on the one with the red and the yellow recently, because that was already in the bin. Purple, I'm gonna put in there. So in my yarn bag, I'm going to usually take an example with me just so I remember. So I'm gonna take my example, which is green, pink, red, yellow. Oh my goodness gracious. Green, pink, red, blue. I'm gonna take that with me, and then green, pink, so I need red and blue, and then I'll go ahead and take the yarn to start another one if I have time. And yeah, So I was right, I do already have those colors in this bag. So, because I had been working on them, so I know that I have this one to finish, and then there's 4 more that need to be finished. There's no way I'm finishing that tonight though. So I'm just gonna put everything in my bag. Need a hook, I need some scissors. And I have my example, I have my already started one, and this should be plenty of yarn to work with. The pink is the one that's running the lowest, but okay, cool. Then we're ready to go, and I will see you guys later. It is now Saturday, April 26th. Yes. April 26th. I basically didn't record it all yesterday, and I haven't updated y'all on what I finished for the granny squares that I took with me on Thursday. I didn't get a ton done, but I was able to finish 1 square, and since then I've gotten started on the second one, so that's good. I'm just gonna leave those. And then I haven't done much more on my pattern test yet. I still only have the little head. I haven't had a ton of time to crochet this week, if you haven't already figured that out. So I do want to work on that today. I am waiting on a phone call, and then I'll have to leave for a little while to go take care of some stuff. But until then, I have some time to crochet in between chores and stuff, so I'm going to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the limbs and the body. So we're working with lavender. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a center pull out of this one now. Actually, I keep all of my labels inside, although I know what this yarn is, so that might not be super necessary for this one. Oh no. Oh, what did I do? Where are we getting yarn from? Oh, there we go. Okay. I was just pulling from the wrong side, but I'm just gonna work on from the center pull this time and work on the limbs, and then once I need to leave, I'm recording on my phone, so I'm just waiting for a message, but it should come to my iPad as well, so I apologize if you hear dinging at all. It's probably just from messages because I might not see it otherwise. I heard that today is indie bookstore day, and I really wish that I was able to go to some of the independent bookshops around here today. I just don't have time, unfortunately. But there's apparently one that's like pretty close to my house, so I'm gonna want to go there soon. I love to read. I just finished one book, and it was honestly pretty disturbing, but I'm thinking I want to read it again it was originally in Spanish, and I read like the translated English version, but I kind of want to read it in Spanish because I feel like some of the translations maybe got lost, so you don't get like the full nuance of what they were trying to say. It was still a pretty good book, deeply disturbing, not gonna lie to you, but it really got me thinking at the end, and now I want to read it again, kind of knowing what I know, and see if that changes my opinion at all. But I want to read it in Spanish, so I'm gonna probably look for it in Spanish. I don't know if I read it on Libby, and I don't know if Libby has the Spanish version or if that's something that I would have to buy elsewhere. But yeah, and then I started another book yesterday. It's actually due in like 2 days to Libby, so I need to get going on that because it's kind of a longer book. But I just haven't, I haven't been reading a ton lately. I'll have more time to read once I'm at home full time, but the book that's due in 3 days is apparently really popular, and I'm a little bit concerned that I'm not going to finish it, and I have to place a hold because there are other people waiting on it, and it's another like 2-month wait. So I don't know. I doubt that I'm going to be able to finish it, but I might check to see if my library actually has it in stock in person, but I honestly doubt that they do. The city that I live in isn't huge, so sometimes they don't have the stuff from the, basically, like, I have library cards to multiple cities around me, and my library doesn't tend to have the stuff on Libby as often. They have quite a few more things in person, but still, some of the, like, I read a lot of thrillers, and some of those books don't tend to be available at my library, or at least maybe like the smaller, not as popular thrillers. Like, no, like, we have probably the Frida McFadden's and the Colleen Hoover books, but we don't have a ton of others, I don't think, or like not as much as the other libraries around me. So if there's a chance that one has it, it's probably going to be the one in like the bigger city around me, which I used to live in, which is where I have a library card, and that's my hometown. But I am not sure when I'm going to get a chance to go in person. It's not far, nothing here is super far, but it is, I mean, it would be probably like a 30-minute drive, and I don't really have that in me right now, unless I reserve it and it's like immediately available, because that's where I'm going today. So maybe I'll check, but anyways. I need a different stitch marker. I don't know why I grabbed the largest stitch marker I have for Baby Bear. That was way too thick. So got a different stitch marker now. I'm about to cut off the yarn for this guy. I'll cut that real quick, and then I will show you what the little toe beans look like. Oh my gosh, I need to get new scissors so bad. I have these that came with, I think it was like an embroidery kit that one of my friends gave me, which I am planning on trying embroidery on this channel because I started one at some point and it's rough. But I do want to learn how to do it, so I think I'll take y'all along on that journey with me. But I'm pretty sure these scissors are basically just meant to cut thread, so they're not great. And then I have some that I like had whenever I first learned to crochet. They came with whatever kit that I bought way back then. I learned with the Woobles. Do those come with the little scissors, the ones that look like this? I can't remember, but I have like 3 pairs of these. One of them is like super dull now, and that just happens to be the one that I carry around with me for some reason. These I think might be okay, so I'm gonna use these, I think, from now on. But yeah, anyways, that's the little toesies are done on this, and I need to show y'all. Let me just tie off this yarn real quick. I like to make knots whenever I've done a lot of color changes, like at the beginning of the color change, just so I know that the yarn is secure in there. So let me just show y'all this real quick. So it's turning out so tiny, but these are the little toe beans. I think I'm actually making the arms right now, so the little like arm beans. But isn't Isn't that so cute? Hold on, let me see if I can focus. Where is the camera? Oh, look at how cute.
1 week later.
Hey, it is actually an entire week later. The last update that I had was last Saturday, and it is now Saturday, May 3rd. So the original plan was to do vlogs from Sunday to Saturday each week. So I was hoping that last Saturday we could just finish up that video, and hopefully I would get some progress done on the dragon. Unfortunately, we had some family stuff happen and I have been completely out all week. I took a couple of days off of work and I am back basically to a semi-regular schedule again. And this pattern test is actually due today. I did contact the designer. The designer is one of my friends and she knows what's going on. She's known what's been going on for a while. So I just let her know that I'm gonna try to finish this pattern test, but there's no guarantee, and she told me that it's completely fine to not worry about it, but I do, for my own sake, do want to try to get this pattern test done today. So we're gonna work on that today. And while I was out, I worked on it a little bit last night. So I've gotten a little bit of progress. I think whenever I updated y'all, I honestly don't remember super well. I'll have to go back and look at the footage, but I think I was working on, I had the little arms done, potentially. Oh goodness. I think I potentially had the arms done. Unsure actually, but these are the little arms. They have got, the dragon's going to be lavender, and then they have the pink little beans on them. So that's that. And then I worked on the wings yesterday and I got the wings done. Don't ask me why one tail is like way longer than the other. I don't know, but the wings are done. They're going to be pink. Ow, I just hit my elbow. It's fine. I'm fine. Anyways, wings are done. Little arms are done, and you probably just saw this, but this is the head. I think you've seen this before, so head's done. I was working on, I can't remember what I was working on, so I did work on the feet and connecting the feet, and now I'm working on the body. So this is what I got done last night. I just really didn't feel like filming at all. I just wanted to crochet and get some of it done. So I decided to make the little feet, like the actual feet, white with the still like little pink toe beans, and then all of the horns and spikes are gonna be white. So I thought that that would be a nice little accent, and I think it looks cute. It kind of looks like a tuxedo cat when they have the little like white paws. But yeah, so I'm working on the body currently. I do want to work on that and try to get that done. So this is what it looks like. He's really chubby, so it's got that little pudge right here. That's why he's called Pudge. And so I am currently working on the body. I'm going to try to get that done. I think I only have a few rows left for the body, and then we'll work on the tail, the horns, and that'll be all. It also comes with a mod, but I'm definitely not going to have time for the mod, so we're just going to focus on getting the pattern test done. I already read through the pattern and gave a lot of comments and stuff, but I'll give it one more read through once I'm done actually crocheting it. And by the time this video comes out, this pattern will definitely be out, so check out the Squishy Witches Instagram page and Etsy shop, and Pudge the Dragon should be out at that point. I think it's actually Pudge the baby dragon. He should be out, and it's a very good pattern, and I love Shauna and she's the best, so you should definitely support her. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on that, and then I'll move the camera down so you can actually see what I'm doing. I realize that whenever I am crocheting, sometimes I don't know the angle that the camera is in, so I don't know what you can see and what you can't see. I actually have it connected to my computer now, so I can see on this screen what you can see, but I can't do that all the time because I do use my computer for stuff. So yeah, so I'm gonna at least try to make sure that the angle is correct, so you can see what I'm doing, since this is a crochet channel and you want to be able to see my crochet, right? So yeah, anyways, we'll get started on that, and then I will update y'all whenever I have finished the body, and then we'll get started on the rest of the pieces. I'll sew everything on, and hopefully I can complete this pattern test before the sun goes down. It's a pretty sunny day today. It's been storming all week, but today it's actually pretty sunny, so I'm hoping that I can get this done and get a picture. So I will stop rambling, because the more time that I spend talking, the less time I spend crocheting. So yeah, BRB. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I just need to basically sew the head onto the body. So this is what he's gonna look like. Oh, definitely not that angle. Let's hope not, at least. So I can't really see, but anyways, this is similar to what he's gonna look like, just not so lopsided. Eventually his head will be straight. I just can't see what I'm doing right now. I finished the pattern. This is what it looks like. This is our little baby dragon, Pudge. I went ahead and I went with pink wings because I have these like little pink eyes. So I thought it would look good, and then the little toe beans were already pink. So this is what it looks like. I think it is so cute, and it's really small. It's like a really good size. I think it's even smaller than my head. Yeah, it's smaller than my head, and it's a really good pattern. It's already out, like I mentioned before, the Squishy Witch on her Etsy. You can also go to her Instagram. She also has a YouTube channel. I'll link all three down below, and I would definitely follow her. She's an amazing human being, and also a really great pattern designer. So yeah, this is what our little dragon looks like. I know it took me 2 entire weeks to get this done, but yeah, we had some stuff going on in the past couple of weeks, so it did take me a little bit longer. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye! Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Hi, my name is Mitzi.